Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Aisha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Yo. Welcome to the show. Another episode of Habari Live Saturday. And this week, man, we're going to go straight into the politics and the news and let you guys know what is going on from the heart of the city and the country, you know, like always. So good morning. Habari Ghani, my people. We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the Pulse of Phoenix and beyond. As always, we are all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I am Damon Ellison and my co-host,
Aisha.
We will be your guide through the exciting stories and everyday happenings in our vibrant community, your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations from the heart of our city. This week, man, is going to be the last day. We're going to be here in Habari Studios. We're going to switch locations. And it's a big deal because, you know, it's been a long time in this building. And this is where we started everything in this little room. And it's going to be tough to leave and start over in a new location. But this is what you got to do, man, when you're trying to build something, man. You got to make tough decisions. And it's all about moving forward at all times and trying to make sure that Habari is something that stays around and becomes something that's big that people can go to for the news. And there's a lot of places, man, that you can get news from. There's a lot of places that you could listen to. There's a lot of podcasts. There's a lot of different people that are out here trying to get your attention. But we appreciate the people that stick with us, kick it with us, have discussions with us. And even those that are against us, we appreciate everyone. And we're going to get it going this week. Let's get straight into the top stories. We don't have many people, but let's get straight to it.
Yes, sir. A lot has been happening this week, but first up, a major change could soon be coming to your wallet. The U.S. Treasury Department announced plans to place current President Donald Trump's signature on all newly printed U.S. paper currency. The move is already sparking conversation about tradition, politics, and what it means about future administrations, what they will do regarding paper currency going forward. This does mark the first time that any current U.S. sitting president has placed their signature on the currency. This typically belongs to the Secretary of Treasury or the Treasurer. Signature is usually printed on those currencies.
It's pretty ridiculous, man. This dude, his ego is just, it's outrageous. It's out of control. He's putting pictures and statues of himself everywhere. I mean, this is what dictators do, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is what authoritarian leaders do. This is ridiculous, man. No living president has put his signature on the currency, but this guy here just does whatever the hell he wants to. And since they have a stronghold in the Congress, they're just letting it go through. Now we couldn't get through with dang, why can't I think of her name?
Harriet Tubman?
Yeah, I couldn't think of her name. They couldn't put Harriet Tubman on the money. Now that was said it was going to get done. What I think it was during
COVID,
Biden administration. Mm-hmm. They said they was going to get that done. Look how long it took. It's taken. It still hasn't happened. So it's like, man, I mean, we get it. You know, the black lady, some reason can't go. She's supposed to go on a $20 bill. That hasn't happened. But his signature going on everything. Oh, that's happening immediately. That's happening tomorrow. No, they've put it on hold. They've done everything they can. They don't want this black lady on the money.
And let's not forget, Trump's been printed on the U.S. gold coin now.
Man, right. They can get that done.
Right.
But anything else, nah, the logistics, it takes a little while. We got to figure out a way to get it done. We don't know when. Trump's name on there immediately. Every dollar will have his signature. It's so dumb. It's all good, man.
Mm-hmm. Next up, questions are growing around Arizona's expanding school choice program. The State's Empowerment Scholarship Account, or the ESA program, is now under additional scrutiny after new reports that some families may be using the voucher funds for college related expenses. Critics are saying that the program lacks oversight, while supporters argue that it offers needed flexibility for families. As I was reading in the report, it was saying that students who graduate high school can keep whatever monies was not used, and they can use that funds for higher education, and that's what a lot of families are doing in this particular study that
I
just came
mean,
out.
they're giving money to people who are able to afford to send their kids to private school. So they are taking the monies and they're doing whatever they please. If this is one of the things that they're doing whatever they please. They're getting their money back. Now, it used to be, what I'm saying, that all the money went to public schools, but they've taken that money, stripped it away from the public school, and just given it to the families. Education is suffering here. We're seeing schools closing every week. It's horrible. We're 49th, 50th in the nation in education. We don't want to pay anything to our teachers. We're trying to force the schools to pay more when they know their budget is already stretched. It's crazy, man. It's craziness. The Republican Party, this is what they're doing in Arizona, and the outcomes are always horrible when they're in charge of any type of public schools,
Mm-hmm.
because they only believe in private education that should be paid for,
Mm-hmm.
and anything else they just want to dismantle it. They'll rather give a tax break to a billionaire, and they think that helps out the public more than educating the populace. And it's pretty ridiculous, man. But this is what we're seeing, and this is what we have to deal with. And it's gonna be a fight, man. The people are gonna have to step up. We got to get Tom Horn out of there. I think this November, I think he's up. I hope. Can you look that up for me, please? I think that is up. He's up, and we're gonna be voting to get him out. I hope. But he's a mess, man. He's come in to dismantle DEI and the stupid stuff that they've been yelling and screaming about over the last 4 years, which is just ridiculous, man. But our education system here in Arizona is suffering, and the kids are the ones that's paying the price. And they don't care about the poor, so forget the poor kids. They don't need education, I guess.
He is currently running for re-election. His term ends in January.
Yeah, next January.
The January 27th, January 4th of 2027.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird time
He got in 2023.
And he gets 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
27. I guess. Whenever, man. Whenever the election is, we got to get him out of there, man. Dude is ridiculous. He's horrible.
I agree. In other state news, Governor Katie Hobbs has vetoed the bill that finally came to her desk that would have renamed Loop 202 to after activist Charlie Kirk. Hobbs said that the measure was unnecessary, keeping the freeway's current name unchanged.
Yeah, man, I give her another applause on that one. Because, man, a lot of these people, man, they're so, Republicans are so ridiculous, man. It's so many problems that we have in this state, and we're sitting around talking about, hey, let's name the 202 after Charlie Kirk. What, like,
and give a license plate.
What the fuck, man? That's what y'all got?
Right. And half the funds was going to go towards Turning Point
Man,
USA.
Fuck out of here, man. Bro was not that. I mean, no one wants to disrespect the dead, but dude was very racist. You cannot celebrate that. There are other people in this country that didn't agree with the things he was saying. If he was a person that was bringing people together, he was bringing the poor and the rich and the black and the white together. Well, he wasn't. He was divisive.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to name a highway for everyone to travel on and all of our tax money to go to a person who didn't even like half of us? I mean, it's just disrespectful, man. And I can't believe that these people put this shit forward. But this is what they do, man, and it's garbage.
It
And
is.
this, it's just all politic bull, and they don't care anything. He's a big deal because Turning Point was from Arizona and Phoenix, but so Turning Point is not for everyone. They're only for Christian people, and they made that abundantly clear. You saw how they did
Mm-hmm.
Vivaswamy or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
They killed Vivaswamy. They killed him.
Yeah. And finally, a New York report from the New York Times alleges that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth blocked the promotion of 4 diverse Army officials to the rank of 1-star general. The report does raise questions about diversity, equity, and decision making within military leadership. Um,
Hmm.
I believe they were Black women
Yeah, it's
that
crazy.
were needing to be promoted, and he denied their promotion.
So obviously, an officer put these people up to be
Someone nominated them.
exactly. So it's not like they just they're black, you're getting it. They had to earn the spot that they were getting, and Hegseth overrode it and said, "Nah, we don't want them." I mean, their racism, man, is out in the open, and all these people were sitting around and fight and say he's not racist. That's just on them. They believe anything, man. You can't listen to these crazy people. Pete Hegseth blocking black people because of their skin color, them making decisions because of people's skin color, them firing people because of the way they look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these things are craziness. For us to sit around and act like this shit is fucking normal, he's just being a normal guy. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This guy is ridiculous, man.
How are you going to say that someone who's earned the nomination from their colleagues that they don't deserve this promotion, and their colleagues, their superiors have said, yes, they deserve this promotion, and I'm going to nominate them for it, and you're just going to turn them away from it?
Yeah, that makes no sense. It makes zero sense.
None. Make it make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And it's crazy. It's crazy that he's putting his 2 cents.
Switch.
He's the fact that he's even putting his 2 cents in the situation where it has nothing to do with him. The generals and the people, they know what's going on.
Right.
They're not going to put somebody up for promotion who doesn't deserve it. But this guy here, man, he's a special type of racist, man. And they always want to throw around everybody, try to call everybody else racist just because you call out their bullshit. But hey, man, we're not going for it here. If the third No Kings protest doesn't work, did January 6th work? Did that work? Did every time when you motherfuckers marched talking about the Tea Party, did that work? When y'all did Tea Party marches all the time Obama was in there, did that work out? Like, dude, shut up, man. Y'all are the biggest hypocrites, man, on the planet Earth. It's all good when you can protest and you can be against the president. It's cool. But if somebody else is against your piece of shit president, then oh my God. Y'all are the biggest crybabies, man, on this planet, dude. Nobody cared about you when you marched wanted to say it did work. What did it do? How did it work? If Trump didn't pardon all of the criminals, they would still be in jail. So how the hell did it work? It didn't work out well. They're all criminals, and most of them are going back to jail for pedophilia. So you think January 6th is what put Trump back into the office? All right, man. Y'all are insane. So we can say that Black Lives Matter has put Biden in there. Is that what you said? Is that what you said? That's what you're saying? Black Lives Matter protest put Biden back in there? Because after that, Biden won. So maybe it was the protest that was good then, huh? Since Biden won after all those protests, right? Right? I'm talking about Joe Biden, who won in 2020. After the protest, after everything. So, whatever. Whatever.
That was it.
All right. So, doesn't matter how many people are out there. It doesn't matter. Love America. You're wrong. I just don't agree with people who are heartless and don't care about anyone but the rich. I'm from here. I love where I'm from. What are you talking about? I don't know what y'all think that people on the left don't love America because we don't wave American flags and rebel flags everywhere.
And agree with everything that they believe in.
But that's what happened. Oh, really? Free thought? Is that what happened? I'm so surprised. I didn't know. Thank you for letting me know. Kamala lost? Kamala, or whatever you want to say, she lost? Oh my goodness. Biden won? Wow. Thank you. I mean, I haven't been here for 4 years, so thanks. I needed that update. Right on, bro. Quit it. Who the fuck don't know that? Everyone knows that. What are you telling me for? Come on, man. Free thought, you may need to do some more free reading because your free thoughtfulness is horrible. So we got a government shutdown going right now, man. We have chaos in the government. We have ICE in the airports. We have it's insane, man. Market isn't looking good. We got global tensions, war on the rise. The leadership of Trump is looking very depressing and very awkward, very just like his first time. It's chaos. No one can make sense of what's going on with the war. We see people from all over, from the top to the bottom, confused about what the Trump administration is really trying to do right now. We just it's just sad to see what we have going on right now. But that's what's going on, man. Trump and his administration is just doing terrible, 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 terrible things. And we see the war is just raging on as we're in at a month. And we're looking at a country that's stretched thin right now, man. Government shutdown that refuses to end, airports turn into pressure cookers, workers showing up, not getting paid. And while all of that is happening, the markets are dropping, gas prices are climbing, and the world is inching closer to another potential global conflict. This is not one story. This is a system under stress. Let's start with what's happening right now here, because the shutdown is not just politics anymore. It's affecting real people, man, in real time. The TSA people coming to work, trying to man their checkpoints in your travel plans, and and it's hurting our wallets. But last night, the Republicans passed a bill through Congress that supposedly gives money to
The House did.
the Congress to make sure that DHS gets all this money and ICE, but it's dead in the Senate, dead on arrival. The Senate also passed a bill. The Congress did not want to pass that, so everybody's just all over the place. Trump just doesn't want to negotiate at all. He wants to just blame the Democrats and go on with his life, and that's the way he's been handling all these negotiations, all that since he's been in office. Just I'm not negotiating with the Democrats. Let's let you know that he's a horrible leader. That's horrible leadership. He see that the Democrats, they have lots of things that they want done before they vote for this money. And you have to go and you have to do those things. Unfortunately, that's how government works. There's two sides. And you're not going to be able to just make them vote for something, and you need their votes. Everyone should lose when it comes to negotiating. Donald Trump is a horrible negotiator. As you can see, that's why we have the two longest shutdowns in history under his leadership. Because he refuses to work with anyone. Refuses. So we are now deepening standoff over funding. The Department of Homeland Security, House Republicans led by Speaker Mike Johnson, they have rejected the Senate bill that the Senate passed at first that would have funded the DHS. Why? Because the bill excludes funding for immigration enforcement. That's not something that the Democrats wanted to give. They don't want to make changes. They don't want to do anything differently. So they don't want to give up funding for immigration enforcement agencies like ICE and CBP. Now here's where it gets interesting. The Senate, which Republicans also control, passed this bill unanimously. But how the House is calling it a joke. So it didn't make it through the House. And like I said, Congress passed their own bill because these guys cannot get on the same accord.
Yep. And this is where the contradiction starts to show. You have Republicans blaming Democrats for a bill that Republicans passed. Let's be clear about what that means. DHS funding is stalled. TSA workers are working without pay, and airport delays are getting worse by the day. And now we're watching political messaging override basic government functions.
Yeah, man. It's getting ugly. It's getting ugly, man. I mean, this is just an ugly situation. No one sees an end at sight. And this is the leadership of Donald Trump. You can't lead like this. You have to work with the other side. I know, man. Even Biden worked with the Republicans. He had to give concessions to them. This is the way it works. It's a give and take government. That's why it's so hard to get things done. You can't just do what you want to do. That is the reason why it was made this way in the Constitution, because they didn't want anyone to have so much power. But Donald Trump want to be a king.
He want all the power.
And that's the reason why those people are marching today. Because people don't want a king. And that's not how the Constitution was wrote. Let's bring this all the way to the crib, man. TSA workers are calling out. Why? Because they're not getting paid. People don't want to fucking show up to work and they're not getting paid. And when TSA staffing is dropped, Trump comes up with the bright idea to bring in ICE. Ooh. Like, this dude is goofy. It was crazy to see videos of them running around the airport not wanting to show their faces. Ridiculous stuff, man. But all that shit means longer lines, missed flights, travel chaos. We're talking about hours-long delays, city after city, increased security risk, families stranded at airports. This is what the shutdown looks like in real life. And your so-called leader is doing nothing to make our lives easier. Gas prices are out the fucking roof. Food and inflation is just ridiculous. He's not doing anything. But we're dealing with the headlines and the consequences. We're the ones that's getting hurt by these things as this dude's so-called leadership.
Yep. But now enter Donald Trump. He signs an order telling DHS to pay the TSA workers, regardless of what shutdown is happening. Sounds good, right? But here's the issue. He may not actually have the legal authority to do that because Congress controls the funding.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're looking at potential consequences, constitutional gray area. Can the executive branch spend money that Congress has not approved? Do you think they can? Do you think the president can spend money that Congress hasn't approved for him to spend?
Not supposed to. They're supposed to be the people that makes the decisions that approach. They are supposed to be the people that gives out or disperses all money.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
Congress
yes,
controls the
gas
purse.
was a little high for under Biden during the times of COVID. As COVID and the markets opened up, gas got cheaper. Gas was cheaper. When Trump got into office, gas was not at the price that it was at the height of COVID. So yeah, man. Yeah, COVID did happen and it did hurt the markets. It did hurt the supply chain, and companies did charge more, and inflation was up during COVID. But I know you guys, you blame everything on COVID on Biden. But when COVID started under Trump, we start seeing all these problems, toilet paper and all the supply chain
Mm-hmm.
issues. It wasn't his fault. But when Biden takes over, it's all his fault. It's all on him. But when Trump was in there and shit, people dying everywhere, can't stop COVID, he's saying one thing, doing another. It wasn't Donald's fault. But soon as Biden takes over, everything is his fault. Like, dude, I get so sick of y'all, man. Both of the presidents dealt with COVID, but only one of them is blamed for them, and that's Biden. And everything that happened under Biden, it was all his fault. Everything that happened under Trump was Biden's fault also. Y'all just run those things together. It's amazing to see. And you had I don't even know how you have the how you can even do it.
Trump gave a COVID check also.
Yeah, he gave a COVID check. Like he was at the height of COVID. He was in there for
He was
2
the first
years,
one to
right? He was
give
the
a
first
COVID check.
president, right? Like, it's so stupid, man. But everything is Biden's fault. Gas was Biden, like gas and shit. Everything was high. But then you look at this guy. The reason why gas is high right now, and we don't care. We'll do it to save Iran. That's how y'all talking
You won't
online.
be seeing that tariff check.
Fuck out of here. And while Washington argues the economy is reacting, man. The economy is reacting to what's going on, and it's just not good. We're seeing a market crash, economic pressure. Things are getting worse. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 have hit their lowest levels of 2026. Investors are nervous, and the biggest driver, energy prices, gas is now averaging $3.98 per gallon nationwide.
So when the gas goes up, everything else goes up as well because transportation costs rise, food prices increase, and your supply chain tightens. And here's the biggest issue. This isn't just about inflation. This is about uncertainty. Markets hate being uncertain. A government shutdown, rising oil prices, global tensions escalating.
Mm-hmm.
That's the perfect storm for the markets to crash.
Mm. Yeah,
y'all want to go back to 1929 and have another Great Depression? Because that's where we're headed with this.
Yeah, because the tax cuts, go ahead and switch that. The tax cuts that were put in place is giving us, robbing us of the opportunity to even pay down our deficit. It's come out that we're insolvent. We can't pay our bills. We don't have the money or the funds to be able to pay down our bills. That's what's happening under Trump on his watch. Now, I know you all like to give him excuses and excuse everything that he's doing, but the deficit is exploding under this guy. The big, beautiful, garbage ass bill is going to explode the deficit. And there's no excuse for what's going on. We can connect all the dots. Oil prices are rising because of instability overseas. And this brings us to the next story, because what's happening globally is feeding directly into what you're paying at the pump. We're seeing seeing the money right in front of our face. We're seeing the consequences of what happens when you start unnecessary wars. The tension is there, it's rising. It's rising daily in the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most critical oil routes in the world. Nearly 20% of global oil passes through that narrow stretch of water. We all know this. Any disruption there is going to ultimately spike the prices, and we all know that. But the Trump administration wants to tell you that they had a plan, and they planned this all along.
Yep.
They want to tell you that, hey, it's stupid to ask questions about what they were thinking when they started this, about what they were going to do about the strait. They've done nothing, and then they want to tell us that they planned this all along. So you planned that gas prices would spike? You planned that we would be hurt by this and all inflation would go up again? That was your plan?
That's what it seemed like. But we've seen the increased military activity, the heightened warnings, and growing fears of escalation. And if this turns into an actual conflict, we're not just talking about gas prices. We're talking about global supply chain disruptions, military engagement, which could cause an economic ripple worldwide.
Yeah, man.
Inflation increased worldwide.
Yeah. And I've been talking a lot of African countries. A lot of countries are being hit by this war, man. It's hurting the gas supply, which is driving up energy prices, which is also hurting these countries that are not rich, man. They're third world countries. They're hurting. And this war is hurting them. And then we've cut USAID. We've done everything we can to hurt everybody as much as possible and not send money or aid to anyone. So the impact is twicefold. And while this guy dances and golfs, the world is fucking falling apart. But yay, Doge, they tore up the USAID. This shit is horrible, man. And we're gonna see the consequences in years to come. But the main key, man, the main point, you cannot separate domestic policy from the global reality. The shutdown, the markets, the gas prices, they are all connected, man. They're all at the same.
All connected.
All of it.
But in Hawaii, a helicopter crash has added to a tragic week of headlines. Details are still developing, but it's added another reminder of how quickly escalations or situations can turn.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're just seeing, like I said, incompetence when it comes to the leadership of the FAA. What's going on there is questionable. We have a lot of questions. What's dude name who's leading the FAA? Could you look that up for me?
Yes, I can.
But I know he's from MTV. I forget his name right now. But my whole point is
Brian Bedford.
Is it? Oh, well,
He's the FFA director.
Oh, that's not the guy I was thinking about. But we take a
You
step
want the
back,
chief?
and what we are looking at here is a government that can't fund itself. Workers are being told to show up without pay. Markets reacting to instability. Global tensions are pushing prices higher. This is a bigger than politics issue. This is about governance and leadership. This is one of those moments where everything feels like it's happening at once, man. And we're having so many issues and so many problems that it's compounding the smaller issues. And when that happens, we have to ask, who is actually in control, man? Sean Duffy. You're right. I couldn't even think of that dude name. Thanks, man. Because I don't know who you was looking at, but it wasn't
You
Sean
asked
Duffy.
for the FFA chief, right? Chief of staff?
No, it's Sean Duffy.
Okay.
Because right now it doesn't feel like anyone is really caring. We're gonna keep watching this story, man. We're gonna keep keeping an eye on things because this shutdown, this economy, and these global tensions that's going on right now, they're not slowing down, and we're seeing the escalation of these things.
Definitely. But so make sure you stay locked in with us. And if you can, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And we also have another option for you guys. You can become a member if you'd like. It's only like $1.99. It's not really much we ask for. So thank you.
Yeah, man. So it's a lot of things going on right now that we see, and it's a way to the way for all of us to see how leadership is so important in this world. A lot of people made their decision on who they're going to vote for, because what they saw online or what they heard a podcaster say, and we have to be able to look deeper and read a little bit more about what's really going on. A lot of you guys, some people were even young. They rushed in to vote for Trump because that seemed cool, and all of the Joe Rogans and all of these guys were saying it was cool. But then you go and you listen to those guys today, and they all have a different story. They're all telling you how terrible Trump is and how bad his leadership is. So if you're listening, the next time you see a swindler like this, your eyes should be open. But somehow we all get caught up in these cultural issues, all of these racist issues, all of these issues of hating immigrants and worrying about the replacement theory and stupid things that should not matter at all. We're all just trying to put food on our table and pay our rent. And those are the things that should matter. They call them kitchen table issues. And we should be focusing on those things more than getting overwhelmed by politicians telling you that the trans people are coming for you, that the immigrants are coming for. They're using you. They're using your anger, your hate to drive you away from the things that really matter as they hand all the money to the rich. Man, dude, we don't know what's in those drug boats. We don't know. We haven't been shown any drugs in these boats. They killed another 3 people this week. They're steady killing people in these drug boats. They haven't stopped. The story is getting kicked down down because the war is the biggest story. And that's the biggest thing, I'm telling you. He wanted to take this fucking Epstein shit out the news. He wanted to kill those Epstein questions because the reporters and the news and the media, they can only focus on one thing at a time. And they're focused on the war now. Everything is hyper focused on what's going on the war, and that's number one right now. So the Epstein files or anything that's going on with the files is kicked back. It's insane to watch, but that's what's going on right now, man. But that was his plan, and it was genius. All the Epstein questions are gone. Once we get out of the war and things calm down, maybe the questions will come back, or maybe he's killed it from the media all the way. But they loved it. They loved it. They love this. I mean, Trump has been mentioned more than anyone in the files, except Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Right.
But he's in there. Some say over 1 million times. We have accusations of rape on a minor from him in these files, and he's ran the distraction of starting a war. And his people, they don't care if he raped a little girl. They don't care. They don't care about the accusations if they're real, or they're not going to even think about it. Man was found liable of rape. When OJ was found liable of murder, they was like, he did it.
He did it.
But, when it's Trump, oh, no, she's lying. She's a liar. It's crazy, man, how y'all play these games, man. Everybody else is guilty, but when it comes to somebody that's your guy, he's innocent.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Where are we as a country if no one can be held responsible or accountable for their actions?
Right.
Bill Clinton was in office. He messed with Monica Lewinsky. He lied under oath, said he didn't mess with her. All of America understood that this guy should answer questions for what he said or what he did, or did he cheat? People understood it.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrats voted, yeah, man, we need to ask questions. If he was lying under oath, we need to find out what was going on. But today, when it comes to Donald Trump, he can't be held responsible. He can't be brought to a hearing. Oh no, we're not going to ask Donald Trump any questions. He's already asked everything. He's been found innocent. Everything's fine with him. But everybody else is held to a different standard. And it's crazy to see the Republicans running around giving this dude trophies, acting like nothing is going on. Everybody is right. Clinton and Biden are the pedos. That's what you say. But we got Trump with actual accusations of a person saying that they were raped by him, and y'all going to ignore that. We don't have that with Clinton and Biden. We don't have a person that comes out saying, hey, they raped me. But we have it with Trump. And y'all ignore that all day and point at the other people. Well, what about Pizzagate? Can't find any evidence of these things. Hey, Clinton went to the hearing, man. Clinton was they asked him questions under the lights, bro. They won't even do that for Trump. So to say that Clinton wasn't held responsible when they were sent a subpoena to come and face the questions. So I'm sorry the standards are not the same. They won't even call Trump to a hearing, even though his names are in the files more than Bill's. And Bill doesn't have actual rape accusations in the files. Mm-hmm. So I have to disagree. He was held to a different standard, like always. Bill is always held to a different standard. The Clintons are always, y'all want everything. Oh, look, their emails. Oh, this is something I learned from the Bushes. It don't matter. We're not worried about the Bushes. We want you. Like, the hypocrisy is garbage. The idea of an email server came from the Bushes. No one cared about that. But for Clinton, get her. We want 1 million hearings talking about these goddamn fucking emails. Never found any proof, never did anything, never got any information that said that she was doing anything illegal. After 1 million hearings. Benghazi, she has to pay. 1 million hearings talking about Benghazi and all this crap, all this money spent, all these hours spent. But we can't put Trump in any hearings ever. He's never held accountable. All right, if he lied under oath, at least he was put in the situation to lie. We're not even asking Trump to even do that. So I can't say that it's the same. We got too much controversy that's going on, and the line between comedy and harm and what's funny and what's going on. I want to talk a little bit about Erika Kirk and the Druski viral mockery videos that's been going on, man. A lot of people have been laughing it up this week at Erika Kirk as Druski came out mocking her, dressed as her, with the wigs, the makeup, the whole 9 yards. We've heard many people upset about it, talking about what if I did blackface? Y'all shut the fuck up. Robert Downey Jr. is y'all hero. Y'all, he should play Black Panther. Robert Downey Jr. That y'all won't stop. Anytime Black Panther come up, that's the first thing y'all say. Now you're mad about Erika Kirk being mocked? Fuck out of here, man. Whew. Get the fuck out of here. We don't even want to hear it. You motherfuckers celebrated blackface on Robert Downey. You applauded, say he was the best black person ever you've ever seen ever. He did such a great job. He's so amazing.
Tropic Thunder was their favorite.
No, they
one.
loved it. No, Robert Downey, he should have got an Oscar. I mean, they loved it. But then if it's someone that they love, oh, Erika Kirk, oh, this is a sham. This is a sham. This is ridiculous. They're mad. They're pissed off at Druski. They want him taken off. Take him out. Take him out. Druski, this isn't fair. He's making a mockery of Erika Kirk. We love her.
Right.
We love her. So you can't make fun of her. But if we just Tropic Thunder is fine because it was great. It was hilarious. Fuck out of here, man. You can't have it both ways, man. If you're gonna say one was hilarious, then they both hilarious. Then
yep.
You can't have both. You can't have it both ways. You can't. Well, I mean, because politics and economics has been dominating the headlines lately. This culture issue is telling us a whole new story this weekend. The story centers around old Erika Kirk and what happens when grief, public perception, and the internet collide. After the death of Charlie Kirk, attention quickly turned to Erika Kirk's behavior. And the internet did what the internet always does. It reacted. Druski impression. Go ahead.
Enter Druski. He does what he does best. Satire. Always has since the beginning of his career. It's always been satire. And let's be honest, the impression, that shit was spot on. Mm-hmm. It was spot on. It hit tone, cadence, energy. But the question is, was it funny or was it too soon? Nah, that shit was hilarious as fuck. Mm-hmm. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, man.
And I did see a video of him responding this morning where he said,
I don't know if that was real or not.
I don't know either, but it was him saying that, he would not apologize for the video anyway, because it's what he's always done since the beginning of his career. Mm-hmm. He's taken public figures and has imitated them based off of what they have said or done in public. Mm-hmm. So her acting this way and her saying these things in public, doing these things in public, that is for everyone has already seen those. Yeah. So for him to imitate or mock those things, it's nothing new. We've already seen it.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, this is how the guy has built his career. This is how he's built his following, mocking people, making fun of people. And this is what he does. This is his thing. And the timing, man, it was excellent.
Perfect.
The context was excellent. And it's and at the same time, people online are saying we still have questions about Erika Kirk's behavior after Charlie Kirk passed. And how she responded about and how she responded didn't sit right with a lot of people, man. And that tension, that's where the comedy lives, in those areas. But it's also where things can cross the line, man. People can be upset, I guess. But at the same time, man, we laugh about so many other things. And the way she came out in the public after her husband was killed, it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Now we're going to add another layer to this because Candace Owens, she stepped in, and instead of clarity, we got conspiracy theories. Narratives started spreading, speculation started building, and now the story isn't about Erika Kirk anymore. It's about how quickly misinformation can take over. And we don't know for sure if the things that people are saying about Erika Kirk are real. All the rumors that's out here are insane, and I don't even try to get into them because I have no way to verify any of those things. And I don't have any time to talk about Erika Kirk because she's not interesting to me. But a lot of people have, a lot of things that they want to say about her, and the guy in the comments says she's a gold digger. I don't know the lady, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. I'm not going to say anything about Erika Kirk and anything about her. But
the only one upset is Erika Kirk.
I guess, man. Now I saw a lot of people online who were upset too, man. They were mad about that she was making fun of him. So a lot of conservative groups were talking trash about her. I don't know, man. I don't know nothing about Candace Owens' husband, but I have my feelings about Candace Owens, but I don't even know her husband's name, so I don't know what dude is. But like I said, man, I don't think that Erika Kirk is very interesting. She hasn't brought anything to the table that's worth talking about. I mean, she proved her racism, saying that white guys need to never apologize or whatever that crap she said. That was trash. But other than that, I mean, I wasn't surprised. She's a white nationalist, so a Christian nationalist, whatever they want to call themselves now. But whatever. I just thought that it was kind of spot on what Druski was doing, and to me, that's all that matters. Is it's all about comedy, making the people laugh, and she put herself out there publicly. Most people get out of the spotlight when something tragic happens. You look at Kobe Bryant's wife. I don't think she was taking tours dancing around and with sparkles and explosions, technotronics blowing up, whatever they call it, to in front of crowds and running his company, whatever it's called, and he wasn't doing all those things.
Right.
You usually go away. You get out of the spotlight. But she's been in the spotlight, and when you do that,
ever since he passed,
people can make fun of you because you put yourself out there. And this is something that's been talked about before. The speed of the internet has outpaced the responsibility of the people using it. And that's what's going on, man. Because once narrative takes hold, facts almost don't even matter anymore. And your president is the best at that. Mm-hmm. And now you have comedy shaping perception, commentary fueling speculation, audiences trying to piece together truth. That's the dangerous mix. But that's what's going on, man. We're going to get a little bit into the history of black and white face and what it's all mean, man. And we're going to take this conversation a little deeper because anytime we're talking about imitation, character, and the portrayal of someone's identity, and especially black people, we have to talk about the history of blackface because, Erika Kirk did say, if I did blackface, I'll be called a racist. Probably so. Mm-hmm. That's because you've already said racist things and put yourself out as a racist, and you were married to a racist. So that kind of, hurts you. And it hurts your ability to do those things.
Yep. So let's go ahead and get into a little bit of the historical breakdown. Blackface isn't just offensive. It's rooted in a long, deliberate history of dehumanization. We're talking the early 1800s, where minstrel shows, white performers darkening their skin, exaggerating features, and portraying black people as lazy, ignorant, criminal, hypersexual, and that wasn't just random. It was intentional. That's how they viewed us. And one of the key figures, Thomas Dartmouth, writes, known for creating the Jim Crow character. The character became so influential that it literally gave its name to segregation laws in America.
Dang.
Think about that. Entertainment, parody, satire, creating segregation laws based off of a character.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
That was shaping policy. A lot of policy it shaped.
I mean, to know that those laws was based off a guy, a white guy playing a black guy was crazy. But that's what's going on. That's the way the South was, and the South still that way. They do everything they can to put in racist policies. You dude said, "Oh well, they were Democrats." It doesn't matter what they were. They were the conservatives of their time. the conservatives of the South, they were called Dixie Democrats. And at that time too, man, that one thing that a lot of people try to, say that it was straight down the block Democrats, but it wasn't that. It wasn't like that. Back in the day, there was a right wing of the Republican Party and the left wing of the Republican Party. In the Democrats, there were leftist Democrats and there were more conservative Democrats. Both parties had a conservative group.
Faction.
They all had that. That's the way it was. It wasn't just Democrats across the board that were conservatives. That's why a lot of things, when it came to slavery, when it came to Jim Crow laws, that's why a lot of those laws went through for a long time, because the Republican and the Democrat side had people that were conservative that voted for conservative laws and making sure that slavery stayed in place. If it was just a faction of leftists and rightists, it would have been a little easier to get things passed, but it was almost impossible because both sides had a faction that were conservative and wanted to keep black people in their places and didn't care what happened to them. So this was very tough. I mean, the way we look at politics today, and we try to use that view to view yesterday, is kind of not genuine, because it was definitely more conflicting than we think, and it took a long time to get to the place that where we are, where the Democrats are straight liberal and the conservatives are the Republicans.
Right.
But a lot of Republicans love to talk about it and say, "Oh, that was the Democrats," but they were the conservatives at that time, and the conservatives always wanted to conserve the way things are. They wanted to conserve slavery. They wanted to conserve being with the British. This is the way they always have looked at things. It's conserve their way of life. They never want to change things. They always want to point at every people, but you always know that it's you. What are you talking about? Saying it was the Democrat doesn't mean anything. It was still you. You would have been on the side saying the slaves need to stay slaves, because you want to conserve the good old boy way of American living. And it all didn't stop there, man. Blackface moved into film. They actually had white people playing black people in movies with blackface. This is the reason why it has so much drawbacks when it comes to American society, because it happened in the highest levels where people were actually going into films, and just like Robert Downey Jr., who played a black dude playing a black dude disguised as another dude. And like I said, I always thought it was funny. And I've never had a problem with it because of some of the respects that dude played for it. And it wasn't him with the big wide lips and the big, this just being just straight racist like they used to be when they did blackface back in the day. It was just ridiculous, just fucking stupid. But what Robert Downey Jr. did and what white girls did, I never had a problem with that, because I didn't see them using features that were ridiculous and doing all the stupid things that were done back in the minstrel era. I thought people had a little bit more respect. We've seen Eddie Murphy do it in Saturday Night Live. We've seen a lot of people do it. And if you're being respectful and not making your face all, your lips all big and doing all these stupid things, then we can say that, hey, this can be art if it's respectful.
Right.
It's a thin line, man. It's tough. It's tough because, like I said, man, it has a horrible history. And it like when it moved into film in Hollywood and it moved into mainstream culture from the birth of a nation, it was used to replenish the KKK, and a lot of KKK members loved that movie, and the South rose again with hate to the jazz singer. It wasn't fringe, man. This was normalized. This shit even happened up to the 50s and 60s, man. We were seeing blackface.
You're right. And today we're still dealing with the echoes of that history. whether it's costumes, comedy, or what some researchers now call digital blackface, where people mimic expressions, language, and reactions that are typically rooted in stereotypes without understanding the actual history behind it.
Yep. Yeah, man. And you're right, BCJ. They Trump mocking President Obama and Michelle Obama. That was ridiculous.
Very
The
ridiculous.
racism doesn't stop with these people.
Which is why that matters.
The animated statues, you right? They had the little statues with the little black dude with the huge lips holding the lantern. They would put in their front yards. I mean, dude, you people, you always love to say always a victim. Well, maybe if you wasn't being a terrorist and a criminal, we wouldn't have to be victims.
Right.
If you wasn't being racist, then you couldn't be victims. Like, it takes for someone else to be the victim of their fucking crime. And y'all always looking over the crime and laughing at the people who say they're the victims. Like, this is the reason why y'all look over rape and you have no problem with him being a pedophile. Because you're like, oh, the victim. You don't care about the people that go through things. You think it's fucking funny. You think it's a joke that somebody went through something, that black people have to deal with the racist bullshit that Americans are putting out. You think it's a joke. You think it's funny. But that's why you can look over someone raping a little kid. You can look over someone bombing 500 kids because you're fucking ignorant. Victims. Victims. Because y'all are ignorant as fuck. You have no hearts. You don't care about anyone until it hits your door and it's your family. And then when people say, we don't give a fuck about you because you've been screaming, I don't give a fuck about anyone for years. Then it's, oh, people don't care about me because I was a Trump voter. Nah, because you was a fucking heartless bastard and you did everything you can to shit on everyone else while they were screaming what was happening to them. You laughed and said, look, a victim.
Yep.
You thought it was a fucking joke. But then when we're laughing and pointing at you and the farmers because they're losing all their farms for voting for this jackass, or the people who can't afford anything, they went and voted for this dumb motherfucker. Now they can't afford gas or groceries. And we're going to laugh and point at you now. Always, man, y'all protect the pedos. Y'all protect the criminals. You vote for rapists. And then you want to point at other people. Y'all are the most ridiculous group I've ever seen in the history of America. And your kids are going to be embarrassed that you were one of them. So when we talk about the impressions that's going on, the mockery, or it's just a joke, we have to ask, what is it, man, connected to? What is the history? Because history doesn't disappear, it evolves. It's evolved, man. All this shit evolves. All this shit changes.
Comic strips on the back of the newspaper anymore.
That's real. That's real, man. So, I mean, we all have to learn. We all have to live in this country together. And we have a lot of people right now who believe this country is only for one person and one person only. One people and one people only. We all know who was here first, and we have people arguing that. I heard the dude say that the Europeans were the original Americans. You know, that's the type of stuff they say now. You know, they just talking, just saying craziness. The fight for America, the fight for the poor, the fight for those who are trying to feed their families and work a good job is working out. It's going out daily that we're trying to fight these people. As they fight to give tax breaks to the rich, money to the people who don't need it, funding to the rich, funding to people who send their kids to a private school. We just want to see some good health care. We just want to see a healthcare system that's for everyone. Universal care, where people aren't going bankrupt for going to the hospital. People aren't losing everything for just going to see a doctor. This system that these people keep fighting for, that keeps putting everyone into the poorhouse, is not working. All the money that we put towards this shit, all the taxes that we pay, and we can't get this shit done. But we can spend $1 billion a week bombing Iran. We can spend $200 billion on a war. No problem. But we ask, hey, let's do something to help out the poor. Let's do something to help out the people that's struggling in America. We can't do nothing. That's what's ridiculous in America. Now, we got a lot of clips today, man. We got a whole another hour left, but let's get into the clips. It'll probably take us a little while, hopefully. Let's see here. What's our first clip?
Trump corruption? I don't think you named them that way.
Yeah. You have to look at this.
It's the one with Adam Mockler.
Yeah, okay. Let me see. Go down. I think that's it right there. Go back up. One more. That's it.
Them to roll back some of the benefits that they've been getting from the Trump administration. I'm going to give back my $400 million airplane, or I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to put that in the pot. The president hasn't done anything to ask of his friends to put in the pot. They're only asking of the American people to pay more at the gas.
Okay, wait, really quickly, a few things. Trump doesn't take his salary, but he's made $4 billion on cryptocurrency. Also, I'm honestly kind of impressed at Donald Trump's handling of the economy so far. I'm impressed with what he's done with it. He's taken an economy that was steady-handed when Joe Biden was leaving.
Steady-handed? That's why Joe Biden lost.
Wait, what was the inflation rate when Joe Biden left?
I don't know. I just know that
it was 2.9%. We now have predictions that it's going to go up to 5%. We think that unemployment is going to keep skyrocketing due to this. Gas prices are skyrocketing. That means people have less money to spend on other things. I have a good idea too. Why don't we cut taxes for the richest so that we have less revenue coming in, and then we cut Medicaid for the poorest so that we can justify that, and then we go to war in the Middle East, so we increase our debt even further, even though we haven't learned from the fact that we added $8 trillion to our debt from the last Middle Eastern wars, and then will continue to pay $1 trillion per year on interest, so it compounds for our generation. That was obviously sarcasm.
So
that's not my answer.
Adam Mockler, he does a great job, man. Is killing these people, man. Look at all the money that's being added to the deficit. They keep talking about, well, Trump isn't taking a salary. He isn't taking a salary because he's fleecing us. It's the reason why he isn't taking the salary, because he knows that he's wrong, and all the money that he's making from this shit, it's not right. So the distraction is, I'm not taking any money from my salary as I collect billions in crypto. Like, dog, it's ridiculous. If you want to understand what this country is right now, you look at this shit. You have to look at the receipts. And Adam Mockler, he broke it down. Breaking it down, man, the blatant corruption that we see from these politicians. And we haven't done anything about it. And this is what people are starting to wake up to. They're sick of it. It's no longer subtle. It's not behind closed doors. It's in plain sight, in the open, what they're doing. And we just sitting here watching these people steal all the money. And the Republican Party is just laughing. Because it's all good as long as it's not the Democrats. Then you can steal as much as you want to. We're not going to say anything about our homies, our cronies. And there's been a normalization because one corruption feels normal and people stop reacting. And that's when it becomes dangerous. That's what's happening, man. The Republicans are in control of everything right now, and we're not doing much about it. Now let's ground this in reality, because there's a narrative floating around about who's responsible for what. But this clip makes it very clear who actually holds power right now. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's which one is it here? Republican plans. Play that.
Cruz and I came up with a plan. We said, look, it's a two-step process. The Democrats have offered to open up everything but ICE. Ted and I said, okay, let's accept their offer. It would have worked. We could have had TSA paid by the end of the week, but the president said no deal.
Did you hear that? Republicans just blamed Trump for the shutdown. Listen again.
Senator.
Yeah. There you go. Mr. Kennedy spoke and he said exactly what's going on. No more finger pointing, man. No more blame shifting. We see who's in power. We understand who's accountable for what's going on. This is crazy. But this is what they do, man. They point fingers, they point fingers, they point fingers. But the Republicans had a chance to go ahead and do what they needed to do to get this passed, to make sure that the airport people are getting paid, TSA. But we're not doing anything about it. As Trump blocks everything, Republicans are putting in stupid ass laws and rules. Now, this next moment, this is one that's serious. A U.S. general is asked a direct question by Elizabeth Warren: would you follow an illegal order? And the response or lack of response speaks volumes. Now, it should be one with Elizabeth Warren. There we go.
Order. Yeah, I maybe you didn't hear my question. My question was, will you commit to informing this committee if Southcom is directed to do something that you or your JAG thinks is illegal?
If I reported that to this committee, Senator, it would be through my chain of command.
But you would make sure that we got the information?
I would report to my chain of command.
And you would not take any responsibility for making sure we got that information? You do realize we have oversight responsibilities here?
Senator, I would work that information through my chain of command.
All right, that's a very concerning answer here. Look, what's happening right now is very dangerous. We need our nonpartisan military leaders to double down on their commitment to following the law and speaking up when they are asked to break it. And Congress needs to be able to step in and rein in this lawless commander-in-chief and his self-styled Secretary of War. Thank you.
Nope. It stopped working.
I don't know what's going on. Our comments have stopped working for some reason. But Elizabeth Warren, it's kind of troubling to see these generals, man, saying that they will not disobey illegal orders. This guy just kept saying, I'm just going to go through my regular chain of command. You're supposed to report any illegal orders that was brought down. But the general is staying with it. He's standing with it. I don't understand what's going on in the government right now, but it's scary. And you can see how what happened in Germany was able to just trickle down to the to the public. Do you see the comments that's coming in?
Yeah, comment said he has to report to his chain of command, and she's not part of that chain.
If it's an illegal order, she should be a part of that chain, and that's what we're saying. That's what she's saying here. If the order is illegal, they're supposed to report that shit because they have oversight. To sit here and say that, we're not reporting it, it's craziness. I mean, these guys, man, but what's going on right now is insane. I just don't understand. It's terrible, man. That hesitation, that's not small, that's procedural. It's alarming. It's alarming, man. And we want to shout out Elizabeth Warren in that moment because she didn't let that shit slide. When the chain of command becomes questionable, that's how democracies are broken. That's how the Constitution is shitted on.
Said that's not happening at all. That's what the comment said.
Whatever. So the next one we got, we're going to talk about accountability, real accountability, as this Congressman Summer Lee demanding testimony under oath, because if people lie, there needs to be consequences. I think it's going to be about Pam Bondi. It's all the way at the bottom.
They said, what
Pam
exactly
Bondi,
what
3.
illegal orders are they supposed to be getting?
We don't know. We're just saying any illegal orders is Pam Bondi 2.
So I just walked out of a fake deposition, fake hearing with Pam Bondi, where Chairman Comer called me a bitch. So here's what actually happened. We had already subpoenaed her because she has not been in compliance with our subpoena and the Epstein Transparency Act to release the full, complete, unredacted Epstein files. She has been withholding them. She has been obstructing justice since last July. And a couple weeks ago, we finally got bipartisan support to subpoena her, to bring her into our committee to ask questions. Now, today's attempt, sham of a hearing, was your attempt to bypass that. Multiple times we asked her if she would come in and she would talk to our committee on the record, under oath, in the public. She refused to do so. So instead of directing any more questions to her where she's not under oath, where she can continue to lie to us, I directed my questions to our chairman to see if he would compel her to comply with the subpoena that he signed and that he issued. He could not respond. I asked him if she did not come, if he would hold her in contempt, move with contempt proceedings like he did with other people who he said did not comply with our subpoenas. And instead of answering this simple question with a yes, of course, he said that I was bitching and that I was wasting his time and that we didn't have to talk about this anymore. So that's where we are. That's why we are trying to move to impeach her. That's why we introduced those articles of impeachment, because it is clear that she has no intention on cooperating with Congress. She has no intention on cooperating with the American people. She is not seeking justice for survivors or anyone else. She is there to run cover for Donald Trump, for his allies, and for herself. And it's time that we...
I agree. Solar Man Tent said, I would love for you guys and go and name some good things that the Democrats actually do, because you can go out on the streets and ask 100 people to name a single thing, and 99 out of the 100 wouldn't be able to name a single thing.
Man, that's crazy. They would be ignorant as fuck. I mean, I to name Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP benefits, Social Security, every social safety net that has been set up in this country was set up by the Democrats and the liberals. The healthcare, Obamacare, everything that actually helps society was set up by Democrats. And you guys don't know what Democrats have done? That's your ignorance. That's because you don't fucking read. You don't understand what the fuck is going on. Republicans do nothing but put in tax breaks for the rich. That's it. That's their plan. Rich people's going to take care of us. Nothing else. All the things that have been put in place has come from liberals. Everything that you guys, the Department of Education, all these things put in place by liberals. Republicans don't want to help anyone. They want to just shit on people. So they come up with no ideas. They just shit on ideas. That's all they do. Oh, that idea is bad. Oh, we don't like education. We're going to tear it apart. They have no ideas. It's just tearing shit apart. They bring no good ideas to the system, ever, and they never have. Oh, let's integrate the schools. Liberal idea. Republicans, no, integration is bad. Let's give the same education to everybody. No, we don't want that. Everything that is done in progress to change. And you people are always against that progress. And you want to say that you are making the changes? Name me policies that fucking Republicans have put in place that have helped. Tell me that. Since it's so hard to make up something that the Democrats have done.
They said no tax on tips, overtime, and Social
Oh
Security.
my God. Those
Tax
things are
cuts for the
horrid.
people.
Those things are horrid. That just happened. No tax on tips, except a certain money where it's capped at. Then everybody don't work for tips. You do understand that. Who the fuck worked for tips?
Hospitality.
We're not all waiters.
Restaurant workers.
Like, it's this. I don't know who the fuck work for tips anymore, but not many of us do.
The Uber drivers and Lyft drivers.
Fuck out of here.
The Instacart.
What she was doing, that's oversight, man. And that's what it's supposed to look like. Direct, clear, and no games. That's oversight. That's what she's doing, making sure Pam Bondi is held to account. And all this shit ties directly into what we're seeing with the Epstein files. Millions of documents still have not been released. And that's not transparency that Pam Bondi is doing. That's control. That's protection of pedos. Next, we got Maxwell Frost. I don't know who that was. And the next generation, we're not paying. This is Congressman Maxwell First, the first Gen Z member of Congress. Oh, I know what we're talking about. And he's calling it exactly what he believes it is, a cover-up when it comes to Pam Bondi. Scroll down for me. There you go. Up one. There we go.
To me, it's very clear that the purpose of this entire fake hearing, this fake deposition, is the Attorney General trying to weasel herself out of sitting in front of us under oath, under a bipartisan subpoena that we gave her committee. We asked her multiple times, are you going to come and speak with us under oath? She would not say yes. Filibuster, filibuster, filibuster would not say yes. And so why do we, and then our Republican colleagues say, is this not enough? Why don't you want to speak to her now? We want her under oath because we do not trust her. Why don't we trust her? Because she's a liar. Look at how that Judiciary Committee hearing went. She was spying on members of Congress when they were in the DOJ looking at the documents unredacted. Look at what she's done as far as not putting documents relating to Donald Trump on the website, not releasing them, and only doing it when the public noticed and said something about it. We want her under oath because we don't trust her. We want her under oath because she has shown that she is involved in a cover-up. My Republican colleagues under the last administration would not stand for this, with Merrick Garland being in front of them not being under oath. They wouldn't allow that to happen for a second.
That's real. Maxwell Foster is exactly right. Exactly right, man. This is a cover-up. This is a cover-up. He said it clearly. We don't trust her.
Yep.
That's a powerful statement coming from Congress, coming from Mr. Frost. And when trust is gone, the system starts to fucking crack. And Pam Bondi is the one holding the hammer.
Now let's go ahead and zoom out globally, because the U.S. is not moving in isolation. This is Spain's prime minister making it clear that Europe is not on board with this war. So let's go ahead and roll that clip of the reaction of the Iranian war, the global rejection of that Iranian.
We need to send a clear message to our citizens and the rest of the world that Europe is with multilateralism and is with international law. And we are against this war. We are against this war because it's illegal. There's no reason behind it.
Legal war.
It's causing a lot of damage. Civilians, of course, refugees, and the economic consequences that the whole world, especially this global south, is already.
The world sees what's going on.
Right.
The rest of the world is not with this war. They're not with it. No one agrees with Trump's administration and how they have said, and Netanyahu have said, that Iran is a threat. No one else agrees.
No one
now,
else.
The bootlicking, following Trump MAGA, they're all with it. We're willing to take more. We're willing, whatever it takes. If we need to pay $10 gas, we'll do it for you, Trump. They cried and cried and cried about the gas prices under Biden. But if it's Trump, they're willing to take it. Yeah. We're willing to pay a lot more if we're going to free the Iranian people. They crazy. But Biden, he has COVID to deal with. It's all a problem. But this dude just want to start a war. Yeah, we don't want them to have nuclear weapons. So you falling for the WMD's trick again, huh? Falling for the banana in the tailpipe again, huh? You're never supposed to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. And y'all finna fall for it twice. You know, I've even seen a meme where somebody was like, yeah, Obama, he was letting Iran have nuclear capabilities. He had people coming in checking. They were checking all of their facilities. Trump tore up that fucking agreement. We couldn't check to see what they have. And that's the reason why we're in this mess. They're like, oh, Obama, he gave them their money. Yeah, that's what he said. Hey, if y'all do this, we will give you back your money that we have held up for you if you do this plan. And it worked. Trump has put money back in their pocket, and we're at war with them. He's removed sanctions, and we're at war with them. How dumb is that? And y'all sitting here talking about what Obama did, but have no problem about the money that this dude's giving to Russia, Iran, helping them out with their fucking oil and shit. Dumb shit, dumb moves. And these are people that we're going against. And he's handing money to them. And y'all were mad about Obama giving them money they already had when we made a deal to be able to come in and inspect their fucking nuclear program. Make sure that they don't have anything to be able to make the weapons and missiles that we are afraid that they can get. And now y'all got a problem.
Don't forget which party abolished slavery.
Oh, God. Can we please talk about this century, please? Please. Y'all can
What about your fatherless homes?
Man, hey, whatever, dude. I'm a great father. Stop it. And I'm in the homes. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, man. Y'all always on some racist shit. All this shit is a warning sign. When allies step back, that changes the entire equation. It makes the math not equal come out correctly. The isolation on the world stage that Trump has put in place has consequences. Economically, militarily, diplomatically. And we're paying the price for Trump coming out and calling all of our fucking allies pieces of shit and talking shit about them. Now we can't put together a coalition to be able to go after Iran because he treated everyone like shit. Our closest people, our closest allies. And y'all clapped and applauded as he shitted on everybody. But now he needs them. And they're like, you know what? We're straight. We're good. And now he's complaining. Oh, our allies, see, they won't do anything. We said it. No, all of the deals are for defense, not offense. If someone's attacking you, we will be there. 9/11, you were attacked, we're there for you. But when you're going on the attack and trying to take out Greenland and take out Iran just because you feel like it, we're not with it. Sorry, Trump. But this is a hypocrisy that comes from the Trump administration and MAGA. We see now we're going to talk about old Dick Durbin and immigration enforcement. And he points out a contradiction that a lot of people have missed. It's going to play the Dick Durbin video. It should say his name. There you go.
Do is to fund the aspects of the Department of Homeland Security that are not ICE. That has been our proposal 10 times before the Senate, and the Republicans have rejected it every time. I think now they may be open to it.
Is there any concern in your party, you think, that Democrats aren't really securing enough in that compromise?
Well, wait until you see the final list of things that they agreed to at the White House level. We're still waiting on it. We're waiting for specific language as well.
Well, when can you expect to get that language?
Well, it should have been yesterday, but I hope it's today.
Senators, taking their masks off remain a red line issue for Democrats?
Well, it's interesting. Now they want to put the ICE agents into the airports, but they won't be wearing masks. Wait a minute. They argued before that the ICE agents on the street were vulnerable to doxing and other things, but in the airports they're not. There's an inconsistency there. My state troopers in Illinois don't wear a mask. They enforce the law every single day, and they do it without a mask, and I think that is the right way to go.
What about this idea that Republicans might put the SAVE Act and more funding for ICE in budget reconciliation?
I'm telling you, the SAVE Act is not going to pass currently. They have to change the rules of the Senate for that to happen. Okay?
Now, Dick Durbin, he hit on something that is very, very important, man. The Trump administration has held up funds. They're holding up TSA pay because they don't want to change the rules for the ICE on the streets. They don't want them to not wear masks, but they're in the airport helping people and they've taken the mask off. That's inconsistency, man. That's why people are questioning this administration and the things that they are putting in place. It makes no sense. Policies shouldn't change because of convenience. It should be consistent. If they want to put masks on and have to have masks on because they're in so much fear of being doxxed, what's the difference of the airport and the streets? Make me understand that. And we're going to talk a little bit about leadership of Senator Sheldon Whitehouse is raising serious questions about how tax money is being used. There it is.
Americans are made less safe every time this committee holds a hearing promoting fake outrage about Jack Smith and denigrating FBI and DOJ professionals. Every time MAGA influencers like Laura Loomer convince the president to fire agency heads. And every time Kash Patel fires FBI experts because he wants to distract from his own incompetence, his wasting of taxpayer dollars to fly around the world on a private jet, his partying at the Olympics, or his undermining of the FBI's own investigation. Instead of chasing conspiracy theories down rabbit holes, that's what we should be focused on.
And that's real. Kash Patel is a disgrace. And I would not be surprised if the guy is fired soon. Him or Pam Bondi is next on the firing squad. To see Kash Patel have his email address leaked, to see that Kash Patel has his email address hacked, to see Kash Patel, they talking about porn sites and shit that he used to go, like this is just incompetence. And this is what happens when you put people in charge who are podcasters like myself. Like I ain't supposed to be in fucking charge of the fucking FBI. Just a podcaster talking shit.
Steve Primavera just said, thank God we got rid of the criminals in the FBI.
Well, we got a head criminal right now as Kash Patel is the worst.
Exactly.
He's the worst.
The biggest criminal.
The worst. Hijacking taxpayer money, flying across the country, the world.
Going to baseball games.
Right. I mean, it's ridiculous what this guy is doing. Ridiculous. Private jets, Olympic trips, while Americans are dealing with the shutdown, gas, inflation. He's having the time of his life partying at the Olympics, partying with his old lady, having a good time. The shit's ridiculous, man. Now, the next one, we're going to talk about some of this insider trading going on, man. Which one is it? Trump mailing, no. There it is. Ed on training. Go down. There we go.
Just before President Trump posted about his supposed negotiations with Iran on Monday, traders made hundreds of millions of dollars of extra bets on oil futures. This looks like Donald Trump giving his mates insider information so they can make themselves richer, while his illegal war in Iran makes everyone else poorer. This looks like corruption of the very worst kind.
Can we just back America for once?
And have you, Ed Davey, I think he's from the UK, speaking the real. Everyone saw the trading that happened. Anyone that has eyes saw the corruption right in your face as Donald Trump made a concession saying that we will be ending the war, opening the strait soon, and everybody went on and bought all these stocks and bought all this shit. And then this is how they do it. Insider trading. And he's letting his homeboys know what time he's going to make these deals or make these announcements. And these people are selling or buying whatever they think, what time he's going to be making a statement or what the statement is. They're making their decisions on that. And he's letting all his rich homies know they're getting paid. This shit is ridiculous. Everybody in the world see the corruption, but MAGA can't see it. This is the heart of corruption and allegations, man. A British lawmaker suggested Trump's oil moves look like insider trading. It's not, looks like it is. And he's exactly right. And that's even partially true. That's massive if that is true. But it is. Because now you're talking about people profiting from war. They profited off going to war. They profited off the oil. It's been terrible, man.
You make a list of all the accomplishments of Barack Obama and Joe Biden, and I'll make a list of Donald Trump's, and I promise you that Trump's is 10 times longer.
Oh my goodness, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, what else we got? I go down this Trump talking about something. What do we got? It may be the last. There we go. Trump and a mail-in ballot. Let's just do that.
Tell me about mail-in ballots. Go ahead. You mean I used a mail-in ballot? You probably said, yeah, I did.
Why did you
know
use
what?
that?
Because I'm president of the United States, and because of the fact that I'm president of the United States, I did a mail-in ballot for elections that took place in Florida, because I felt I should be here instead of being in the beautiful sunshine taking.
But you were in Palm Beach, sir, the last few weekends.
That's right, and I decided that I was going to vote by mail-in ballot because I couldn't be there, because I had a lot of different things. But you know, we have exceptions for mail-in ballots.
No. This guy has been railing against mail-in ballots for months. He's been talking noise about how illegal they are and how unfair they are. Then he goes out and he does his own mail-in ballot. Ridiculous shit, man.
Bo Riddle said we should be backing the president in times of war.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Not if it's illegal.
Y'all wasn't backing Biden on nothing. Nothing. And this war is dumb.
And illegal, because Congress didn't declare war.
George Bush, he had our backing 9/11 because what happened on that day.
Yep.
What happened now? What did Iran do? Nothing happened, man. And because nothing happened, no one wants to hear this shit. No one wants to hear it, man. We're just, people are just ridiculous. We're tired of this shit. The lies. And let's play this next one. I think it says Major on it. Yeah. There we go.
We also don't fight with stupid rules of engagement. We untie the hands of our warfighters to intimidate, demoralize, hunt, and kill the enemies of our country.
Those are the words of a potential war criminal, right there. And that is not the advice and counsel and direction that any Secretary of Defense should be providing our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. It puts them actually in greater danger. The Secretary of Defense is a disgraced major that was kicked out of the DC National Guard. He has no qualifications whatsoever to be the Secretary of Defense other than his extreme loyalty to the president. Again, those are the words of a potential war criminal.
So your boy, he was kicked out of the National Guard. Now that was I didn't know that. But this dude now is in control of the entire military, a loser. And these are the people are hollering about DEI. It's insane to see. This guy has no qualifications for the job that he's holding. And you can see it. You can hear it when he speaks. He has no idea what the fuck he's doing. We're all dealing with this shit. Now, next, we're going to go into Trump's district in Mar-a-Lago, where he did put in that mail-in vote. Him, Barron, and his wife all voted through mail-in. They all lost in Mar-a-Lago, and Mar-a-Lago was flipped. Let's go ahead and play the Mar-a-Lago flip video there. Oh, you went. It was up. There you go.
We have some big breaking news out of
I'll
Florida
change it
tonight.
to the long.
Specifically, the State House district that contains Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, where a special election was held in the district that Donald Trump lives in. It's a district that Donald Trump votes in. In fact, he voted via mail in this, despite how much he says he hates voting by mail. It's a district that Donald Trump carried in 2024 by 11 points, and it is a district, as we just got word from the AP moments ago, that will now be represented by the woman you see on your screen, Emily Gregory, the Democrat, who has upset John Maples, the Republican running in that open seat. He received the president's, quote, complete and total endorsement. Trump also encouraged all, quote, great patriots in the district to vote for Maples. Well, that didn't work so well. It seems like perhaps not as many turned out as Trump would have hoped in a district. Again, he carried by double digits last November. Right now, we're looking at what looks like somewhere a 12, 13, 14-point swing towards Democrats since 2024. Again, in the district that contains Mar-a-Lago, where Donald Trump sent his mail-in ballot that he's been railing against for years, and will now be represented by a Democrat in his backyard.
Right in his backyard. I'm glad that a Democrat won that district.
Man, just overwhelmed with happiness. And I don't even care if it was a black dude. It's because he was a Republican. Who cares about his thought pattern? Who cares about what he fucking thinks? Care what color he is. Oh, Republican. Oh, they only vote for him because he's black. Yeah. If you're Republican, we ain't vote for you. We don't care. And he's losing. And that's what happens. Good. I'm happy he lost. I'm happy. Because anybody who's endorsed by Trump is a horrible politician that's going to bring in horrible policies. Because that's what they push in. Now, next, let's play this Caroline Levitt video. Should be the second one from the top there.
Thank you, Caroline, too, if I may. Speaker Johnson today described the conflict as wrapping up, but the 82nd Airborne Division, they're typically deployed at the beginning of conflicts. So does the White House consider this conflict as wrapping up, or is it changing shape?
As I said at the beginning of my remarks, we are meeting our goals of Operation Epic Fury expeditiously. The president likes to maintain options at his disposal. It's the Pentagon's job to provide those options to the commander-in-chief. For any specifics on troop deployments, though, I would point you to the Pentagon.
And today, Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner reiterated threats to potentially arrest ICE agents that were sent in to assist with these historically long TSA lines. He said, quote, the president cannot pardon you. Has the president seen Krasner's comments? Does he have any response?
The president cannot pardon you for what? He's talking to the ICE agents who are handing out water bottles and are helping people move through lines at airports. It's a disgraceful comment. The men and women of ICE are great people. I would encourage this lawmaker, whose name I don't know and don't care to know, to actually sit down and speak with the ICE agents who are on the ground doing this important work, not just in our nation's airports, but again, to remove violent, dangerous, illegal alien criminals from our country, to protect this individual and all of us in this room and Americans across the country from murderers, pedophiles, and rapists who have been allowed into our country by Democrats.
Man, dude. Y'all can stop the illegal criminals and rapists. Y'all can stop saying that shit. You were arresting people that were working in construction sites. You were arresting people who were
that work
coming
at Home Depot,
right, and who were coming to their depositions and their hearings, showing up for court, and y'all were arresting them. You were not going after the fucking criminals. Less than 10% of the people that you have arrested and kicked out of the country had a criminal fucking record. So you can stop that bullshit. Stop the lies. No one fucking believes you. It's not criminals. You're going after grandmas and little kids. It's bullshit, man, and no one believes anything you fucking say. Caroline Levitt is just a fucking liar. And no one wants to hear anything she says because we know it's a lie. Good luck with her career after this. She done lied for 2 years straight already. It's garbage. Stop the fucking lying. You're not arresting criminals. You're going after everyone. People that's fucking showing up to work every day, doing their job, paying their fucking bills. We want those people. We want the people that come here and do the jobs that others don't do. They work their ass off. We want those people. We respect those people. You say you're going after criminals, but you're not. The fuck out of here, man. So next we're going to play this video of Trump getting another fucking trophy. Should be the first one here.
The president has done so much for the American people, and we want to honor him in some small way, some token of our appreciation for his leadership. And so tonight, we have created a new award. We're going to do something we've never done before. We're going to honor him with a new award that we'll present annually from this point forward. But he is the suitable and fitting recipient of the first ever America First Award. We can think of no better title for what that is. That's this beautiful golden statue here.
Guys, there is even a golden statue. You can't make it up. That's right. Little Mike Johnson and all those Republicans have just created yet another participation trophy to give their very special boy in the White House to make sure he feels good about himself. And I know what you're thinking. Did the inaugural FIFA Peace Prize winner really just take home the inaugural America First Award? What are the chances? The same guy who also won the Undisputed Champion of Beautiful Clean Coal Award just last month? Is that even legal? And look, any other adult in this country would feel completely embarrassed by the patronizing way that Trump is showered with fake awards on a near daily basis. That's just how Republicans have to treat this president. And it's not just the fake awards, because every day some member of this administration says something straight to camera that tells you really all you need to know about the cult of Donald.
People are bending over backwards to get this guy awards. FIFA, the Republicans, the coal companies. This shit is embarrassing. This guy has to give me an award, make me feel special. The girl from Venezuela gave her fucking Nobel Peace Prize because they know that prizes make this fucking retard feel special. This is ridiculous that we have to see a grown-ass man get showered with awards so he feels good. The ass kissing that goes on right now for this dude is astronomically crazy. It's another level of retardedism. I just don't know how to explain it, except that a word that people don't even want to hear anymore. But that's the only way you can explain what is going on with this people today.
How can you respect
What the
someone
fuck?
who doesn't respect the law of your country by coming here illegally?
Look, man, they're arresting people that have visas. They're arresting people who have came here for asylum. They're arresting people who have came here with work visas, student visas. There are ways to come to America besides the way that you think that they should come. And those people are being arrested. There are people who come here illegally and just cross the border or drive in and just overstay their welcome. Yes. But those aren't the people that they are genuinely going after. They're going after the people with student visas. They're going after the people with work visas. They're going after the people who were given asylum by Biden because things that are going on in their country, and they're going after them, taking away their asylum, kicking the people back to Haiti, even though Haiti is under straight craziness right now with the gangs running the country. America is supposed to care about these people and the things that's going on in the world, since we are a big benefactor of the reasons why they are struggling. We're supposed to help. Give us your cuddled masses. Huddled masses, my bad. They might be cuddling, I don't know. but your huddled masses. That's what we say on the Statue of Liberty. That's what it's supposed to be about. France gave us that. They said they respect our stance of helping people. We didn't want to help the Jews, but we end up doing it. Letting the Jewish people come over here. And we shitted on them. We let the Irish come over here. Shitted on them. They was going through the potato famine. Let the Irish come over. I mean, the Italians come over here who was dealing with Mussolini and the killing that he was doing in World War II. We helped all these people. Mm-hmm. But now it's supposed to change because y'all are racist and don't like the color of the new people who are struggling. But the thing is, America didn't like the Italians, didn't like the Jews, and didn't like the Irish. Was it white on white violence then when we were going versus the Germans and killing the motherfucking Italians? No. Did they care about? No, because white wasn't. That's why we understand the construct of whiteness. Because white didn't matter. They were Catholics and they didn't like Catholics here. Like the evil just changes places. Because, oh, well, we've let the Irish and the Italians and the Germans in as white now, so we're not mad at them. We don't like those brown people. The anger just changes places, displaces to a different group. And these are the things that we deal with in America. Scroll down on the videos for me, bro. Let me see if I got anything else I wanted to play. Play that Tallarico video right there.
There is something about James Tallarico, the Texas Democratic nominee for Senate, that is sending Christian nationalists and MAGA allies into a total spiral. Ever since he won the primary, they've been increasingly obsessed with him, rambling about the young pastor and rising Democratic star on their podcasts and on their social media. It seems to be because Tallarico does something that very few Democrats do. He speaks openly and unapologetically about how his Christian faith informs his moral and political views on everything from the treatment of immigrants and trans kids to the war with Iran. But some of these extremist pastors seem to think that Jesus belongs to the GOP alone. Last week, a podcaster with ties to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and his Christian nationalist church, Joshua Hames, took attacks on Tallarico to a shocking new low in conversation with Hegseth's spiritual advisor. Watch this.
I pray that God kills him. Ultimately, that means killing his heart and raising him up to new life in Christ. That's the first thing.
We want him crucified with Christ.
That's exactly right.
I want him to be, I think, Saul of Tarsus, Tallarico of Tarsus.
Yes,
that's what I want.
Whoa. Crucified with Christ. After that clip went viral, Hames responded saying, quote, "Yes, to all those who promote and participate in child sacrifice and the sexual abuse of children, transgender ideology, I pray first for repentance." Even President Trump hasn't been able to help it because he put up a post on Truth Social, a diatribe about Tallarico this morning. Quote, "He's got 6 genders, insults to Jesus, only vegan food, was wearing a mask in 2023 and 2024, and is a weak, ineffective guy who we allowed to win prior to releasing the avalanche of information we had on him."
Goodness. So the president says that wearing a mask is disrespectful and means that he's a bad politician. Like, this is the type shit that they this how they catch y'all people, y'all slow people. Oh, he wore a mask. Oh my goodness. He wore a mask. Spreading germs and trying to keep yourself from spreading germs to others is disrespectful to the Republicans today. The people who are anti-vaccine, anti-medicine, anti-doctors, anti-health, like, these people have lost it. They've lost it. Now they're going after Tallarico, talking about they hope he dies. And they're talking about they're Christian?
Right.
What kind of Christian hopes another fucking Christian dies? What kind of shit is this? Because he calling y'all out on y'all hypocrisy bullshit.
Yep.
Now, I'm not religious. Y'all know. I'm not into it. That's not my thing. But we let them do. They believe what they want. But bro is calling them out for their hypocrisy. Jesus wasn't a hater. He didn't hate people because they were trans. He didn't stone people because they were gay. But that's what the MAGAs want. And they call themselves religious, the Christian nationalists. They don't care about no one that's different from them. They want to destroy all of them. Openly saying they hope they die. What kind of Jesus shit is that?
Right.
I'm not even a big religious person, and I know that's not what Jesus fucking preached. It's insane to see these people try to openly say that killing and God murdering is what Jesus was about. I don't even think they read the Bible. They just believe what they want to believe, that everything's white, and since it's white, everything's right. That's what they believe, and they can do whatever they want to because of those two reasons. As long as it's white, it's right. It's garbage. And I hope everyone stands up against it. And I'm not I wanted Jasmine Crockett to win, but Tallarico won. I would want him to do well in Texas. And I'll say this again. I thought that Crockett should have ran for another congressional seat in Texas instead of going for the Senate. I didn't think that she had the coalition to win, or the people to win. So I thought that she should have did something different. I think that her people who was helping her,
level seat.
That's just what I thought. She needed to build up a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? It sucks because, she had...
The president has done so much for the American people, and we want to honor him in some small way, some token of our appreciation for his leadership.
Y'all good. Go down. Let me see. I think I got one more and we'll be done here. Let me see. Yeah, play that one at the bottom to Jared Kushner.
I'm Nakrish from the New York Times. Go ahead.
How did the White House decide that it is appropriate for Jared Kushner to be working on matters that involve Qatar, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia, 3 countries that combined have given him more than $2.5 billion for his investment firm?
No, I don't normally show Caroline Levitt's responses to these briefing questions, important so I can answer more questions. But this is a response you should really see. So we're going to play this one.
I think it's, frankly, despicable that you're trying to suggest that it's inappropriate. Jared is donating his energy and his time to our government, to the President of the United States, to secure world peace.
I mean, okay. I don't know how Caroline thinks donating your time works, but typically donated time doesn't not come with financial returns, like huge ones. I mean, just this Monday, we learned that Jared Kushner's private equity firm has teamed up with Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund for the largest private equity buyout ever, buying the video game company EA Games for $55 billion. That, of course, comes on top of the $2 billion Saudi Arabia has already invested in Kushner's private equity fund and the $1.5 billion Kushner got from the UAE and Qatar late last year. But how dare reporters suggest that it's inappropriate for Jared to be involved in White House discussions impacting those countries? What an outrageous question. His company is only getting literally billions of dollars from them. Meanwhile, Republicans are so unwilling to shell out for the health care of millions of Americans, they're shutting the government down. Okay.
Republicans, how do you look at yourself in the mirror? How? We see Jared Kushner out here using these people from Saudi Arabia to UAE. I think even their money was in the Warner Brothers deal, that Kushner is going to get some money for the Ellisons so they can buy Warner Brothers. Like the corruption is just squirting all in our face and we're just taking it. It's ridiculous.
Mouth all open.
It's so ridiculous what's going on, man. We see the corruption and we just looking the other way. But if this was a Democrat they would be hollering and screaming to the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
This is the hypocrisy of the Republican Party. They're led by bootlickers, and all of their people are nothing but followers who do whatever the leader says. They don't have brains. They're just followers. I wouldn't give a fuck. This was Obama. Anyone that was doing the shit that's going on in this fucking administration, I would have something to say.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back at our videos during the Biden administration, we talked about things that he did that we didn't agree with. But Republicans can't bring themselves to say anything bad about their daddy Donald. It's ridiculous. The corruption is it's so fresh. It's right in our face, man. Like I said, it's squirting all in our face. And we just taking it with our mouths open. It's disgusting stuff, man.
Ah, man.
And I just don't understand why so many people are okay with this shit. The same people that were hollering, put Joe Biden's son under the jail for having the audacity to smoke some drugs and buy a gun, something that probably every American do daily.
Comment said he gave all the money to all the people who already had it. The car manufacturers, the banks, the insurance companies, and the loan companies.
Who you talking about?
Trump.
I'm hoping you're talking about Trump.
I hope so.
Because his tax breaks that Republicans keep on putting in place. George Bush, Trump.
He lied about every part of Obamacare. He said that premiums would go down by $2,500.
Who the fuck
they
said that?
They actually went up by
No one said that, man. Stop lying. Obama never said that premiums would go down. He just wanted to try to get everyone insured so they can get fucking health care. No one knew the private and healthcare companies are the ones that control this shit.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to get people access to health care. Y'all are so caught up in the price. That's not even what Obamacare was about. Obamacare was about giving people access. And it was hoping that more people would have access that would drive the prices down. Mm-hmm. But since they can't control the fucking prices, that's controlled by private entities.
Mm-hmm. Like Aetna and Cigna,
exactly,
and Blue Cross Blue Shield.
CVS has a lot to say about what's going on because they own so much. Aetna. Right. They own so much. They control what's going on so many levels. But you're never mad at CVS or Aetna. You're mad at fucking the president who tries to give you access to these fucking companies. Oh, well, he put money in the fucking insurance company's hands. The insurance companies are making all the money any fucking way. What the fuck was he think he was going to do? How is he going to make a deal outside of the people who's already running the whole system?
Nicole Holly said you should run for president.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I don't know, but I appreciate that. I mean, it's just, man, I just see the ridiculousness that's going on right now, and we all need to do something and say something about what's going on, man. We all need to step up. We all see what's going on, and instead of just swallowing it and taking it, step up, man. And all the people that's out there right now, that's at the No Kings rallies and protests, we appreciate you guys. We really appreciate your fight. We appreciate you taking your time, going out there and trying to make a difference. And all across Arizona and Phoenix today, we're seeing people going out and trying to make a difference and trying to change the direction of our country and the way things are going. Now, we know everybody who was Republican was so upset about the Biden administration and how things were going under him. But we didn't have a president at that time that was disrespecting everyone. We didn't have a president at that time that was starting unnecessary wars. He was trying to help Ukraine. He was trying to bring the country together. And I believe that the opposite is being done right now with the leadership that we have in place. Already, man, Trump should be impeached for many of the things that he's done. The Bitcoin cryptocurrency shit alone is an impeachable act. But we're going to get up out of here. We appreciate you guys for sticking with us, and everyone that came in the second hour. We really appreciate it, man. We'll be back on Wednesday. We will be in a new location. I'm going to have to set it all up and get it all going, but we're going to be in a new location. It's going to look a little different, but we're going to make it work, man. Habari Live is not going anywhere. We're going to keep fighting for the little people and keep on getting the word out about what's going on in this government in this country. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you, Aiden and Aisha. We'll be back here next time.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Peace out.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more.